Hello, Fudge here with part 4 of the Dark Souls 3 Enderson tutorial. In this I'll be going over Spell Swap as well as Teardrop 1. Let's get into it. First thing that happens when you go to the Halfway Fortress Bonfire after the Filing Shrine visit is that Horus here is going to try to attack you, just run away from him. I'm going to show you a bit of movement up here. You also want to be taking off your hat and body armor. So I'm going to quit out here. You don't really need to do this in runs, but I will now to show you the angle for the walk-off without enemies bothering me. So I switch over to keyboard here, usually after a roll, so that I can slow walk using Alt, which is why you need this keybind. Alright, so the line that you need to take is that there is a rock here. You can see as it stands out a little bit. You want to put your head on the right side of it, and you want to be just walking off slowly in that direction. You'll notice that the camera changes. This is what's called a death cam. It's what they use in other categories in this area, but not for any percent. To get rid of this camera, you just quit out and reload. Next thing now is you need to do spell swap to put Tears of Denial on you, because you can't cast it with a staff, and you also do not have the stat requirements. So usually what I do is I look into this rocks. In case you get a failed try, you might need to do a little bit of movement to cancel the animations. You'll get this in a lot of practice because spell swap is very, very hard to do. But you get a lot of tries to do it. So what you want to do is you want to cast Spook and swap the spell swap, as well as press down L2 at the same time. So be careful to watch my inputs. You see, you press them all at the same time. Though you press them all at the same time, you sort of want to do Spook first, the L1. So let's see if we can get it. There you go, first try. This usually does not happen. The way you know that you got it was that all your FP is gone, Tear is on you, and the staff glue golden as you were doing the animation. Usually you get Spook a couple times first. Maybe you get like this animation. You can get this one a lot. If you get this one, you can just do a little bit of walking and it'll cancel the animation. You can try again. Anyway, now that you have it, you want to walk off to this wall here to the left. You just walk off, and a lot of your runs might die here. That's true for anybody running this category. The Teardrop one is very, very bad as a skip. It's not really consistent. So you walk off like that, and my tier went away. That happens sometimes. It does not really matter. I'm going to try to get it back for the purposes of the video so that you can actually see where I am. I'm going to take a few tries. Right now you can't see, but I am failing spell swap. That's what it looks like when you fail. You get a Spook. And that's what it looks like when you get it right. So Tear is going to be popping up soon. So what happens here is that there is no gravity. Meaning I will just walk straight on air. It's very easy to go out of bounds. As you see, it does not look like it should. There are things missing, obviously. The Tear spec, you can see my character. Your character is also invisible, you might have noticed. And enemies can still see you, you're not invisible to them. So the way you're going to get around is that you need to reach specific heights to load certain areas that you want to get in. So the first thing here you need to do is you need to get the correct height. And you do this by walking into objects. Walking into objects is what's going to increase your height or lower your height. So the first sign that you're looking for is there is a leaf. Right now it's to the left of me, I'll show you. So these walls sort of help as a marker, and the leaf you're looking for is this one where I put my cursor right now. You want to walk into it until you pop out below it, and that's how you know you got the right height. Next thing is you want to move to the side over here. So you just start running. So there are, depending on how you see it, a couple of pillars to the big pillar. You're going to need to look and decide on what you want to call them on your own. But I'm going to stop and show you where I aim with my cursor. I want to go a little bit wide of the wall here so you don't get stuck. So right now, you see where the ball of light, excuse me. You want to go between these two pillars. That's where you should aim. Of course, you're sprinting this entire time. Then coming through here, You want to go to the right of this arch and to the left of this pillar. Just keep running straight. And then there are 3 trees here to the side. Let's see. There's the rightmost tree, this one, and the middle. I aim for the one in the middle. Just keep going straight. You see that right now I'm walking into something, so I'm a little bit too far right, so I'm going to go a little bit to the left. And right there, you hit the load triggers to start loading everything in. Now, the next thing you need to do is you need to light the bonfire. However, you're going to be too far up, so you need to walk into this arch and push yourself down below it. Should you happen to be too far up, there are some recoveries. Let's see if I can get some heights somewhere right now to show you. So here you can get some height. You can see just interact with things. So right now I'm too high up to interact with the arch. So this happens often. Usually you lose a bit of time, but I will show you where to recover. So should you be too far up, you can go back. And the second arch here, you can go and lower yourself on. And then you will be able to go back. And go down here. Next thing, you light this bonfire. You can sit down at it if you want. It's not really necessary. There's going to be another bonfire soon as well, and you go back. So next thing is you want to go around this pillar. When you notice that you pop up a little bit, you want to go back up, and you want to walk all the way up here, and then to the right. Next thing is you go straight ahead to the next piece of wall over here, and it's going to load the next area. So one thing I haven't really talked about yet is that loading things is based on your feet entering a area. So while you're in the air, you're not really standing here according to the game. The game still thinks you're back where I just was on that piece of ground. So you can't really load in here because it would just make you fall to your death. So that's why getting specific heights is very important to load the next area. I'll show you again here. Normally you would be sprinting here, but I'm lazy. So to the right here, in this area, is where Catacombs is. You can't see it now because it's not loaded. However, when you put your feet here, as you will do in runs, you'll notice that there's going to be a lot of lights showing up over here now. These candles are the Catacomb staircase. So if you see these, you know that you're doing it correctly. You've loaded Catacombs. Right now you're running under the Abyss Watcher's room. You're going to be... So what you're aiming for now is this wall where it's gray on one side and dark gray on the other. Just try to aim for the middle of that. You can also see there's a corpse and an item ahead to the right. That is 2 Carthus Rouge that you need to pick up. There's a wall in the way, so you're going to need to go a little bit wide to the left of it, turn around, and pick up. And keep walking into the wall here, and you're going to load in Catacombs of Carthus. Now you can see where you're going. So you need to lower yourself a little bit here. You do this by walking under the stairs, like this. You need to lower yourself a tiny bit more. You do this by going over here. This ground will push you down, and off here, and it will push you down all the way. So, next thing now is that you're going to be walking past Wolnir's Arena, and you're actually going to be walking on top of Wolnir's Arena on the roof to load in Irithil of the Boreal Valley. So, the way it is located is straight ahead here, and there is a sign here in the clouds. The clouds are static, they never change, they always look the same, so you can look at them to see where you're going. And there is what we call a sombrero here. If you look at where my cursor is, you can sort of see a sombrero, or a darker formation of the cloud. You want to be walking to the rightmost side of the sombrero. So you're going to be walking straight ahead. It takes about half a minute or so. There's going to be a ray of light coming up on the right side. Just stay left of it and keep watching the skybox, making sure you're going straight. It should be about any moment now. You're going to touch the Wolnir's Arena roof. It's going to push you down upwards a tiny bit right there. Skybox changes, start loading in things. Now you can see Irithil of the Boreal Valley loading in. So you want to walk to the left here. You're going to push yourself down on the stairs coming up. So go right of this rock formation, turn left, down through these stairs, and then here's the little trick. So you need to get up and over this piece of fence here. So you need to increase your height. So you do that by walking in here. What I like to do is I like to roll into this, and then you do a backstep. Backsteps is by pushing the roll button without any input, and it'll push you straight back. What happens if you just walk away is that you might touch a piece of the wall that will lower you, making it so that you won't get over the fence. So getting over the fence, you just walk onto it, you'll push over up the stairs and light this bonfire. Next thing now, you want to go over to the Irritable Boreal Valley. This is skipping Crystal Sage and Beacons of the Deep, by the way. And you want to equip the... I missed a thing here. I need to refill Ash and Estus. Actually, I used it to get my tier back earlier. A little bit of spaghetti here, but pretend this didn't happen. Because there's one more trick to make sure that you don't die when you load back in. So you equip the Ash and Estus Flask. And you run here. So I'm aiming for the building over here. You want to be to the rightmost of the roof. So the reason you're going to be drinking Ash and Estus here is that typically you're not going to sit down at a bonfire and you need to get your FP back up. So the trick here is that you walk across the roof, then you drink Estus and walk back again, and then quit out. This will put you on the right side of the roof. So I'll show you now as a load in. Also now, quitting out will clear the teardrop away so that now you care about gravity again, as you'll notice in about a second. So if you don't do the walking I did, you'll be on the wrong side of the roof and fall off. You go down, keep dropping here, you're still a little bit out of bounds. Walking off this fence here, you want to be drinking Estus. And here. For when you're starting out, you are probably going to want to grab this bonfire for safety. And here I'll stop the segment as well. So you want to get this if you want to be safe. If you want to be fast, you skip it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this part of the tutorial. Thank you very much for watching, and good luck with your runs.